Not now. No.
Now, 4, 7, 3, 2,
If you're the
1.
patterns person, I would try to totally figure out what pattern it is that you're using. But I'm not a pattern person.
It's not a pattern. I'm just randomly trying to confuse everyone. And they're like,
That's almost like Sudoku numbers that you're
It's
shouting out right there.
yeah, they're like, are we playing? Did you like my surprise face that I put on the thing too?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about
Where?
either.
If you look on the Facebook page, I said Surprise Friday, and I put a surprise face.
Oh, did you? No, I didn't even see it.
I didn't have time yet.
Yeah, so it's pretty
Now I'm
funny.
going to have to go look at it.
Me too.
Because you have to share it anyway, so you should go check it out. So
You know how when your nerves are all frazzled and your heart's racing, and your hands feel shaky and they feel smelly and all that? I'm like,
Palms
oh
are
my gosh.
sweaty. Mom spaghetti.
It's all over.
on my shirt already.
I don't know the rest of
Hold
the song, to be honest with you.
Me either.
I mean,
If
I
it's-
do, but I don't right now because I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, if it's going, I can probably do it. Come join us for surprise.
Oh, right. It wouldn't show up anymore because the show's
Friday.
actually started.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's just like I can't find it, so I don't know what I'm doing. But it's not
Oh, yeah,
me, it's you.
Yeah, because the show already started. Well, anyways, it was a
Just
it was a baby face. It was funny.
You have a baby
Did you
face?
get a Snapchat filter?
Oh, it's so bright, Sandy. Now.
Yeah, it keeps
Well, you just
her
gotta-
light keeps adjusting. So
Oh,
funny.
that
I think
adjusted
when I
really
move
good.
forward, it's
Hey, everyone. I'm glad y'all came to join us tonight.
hi.
And we
cool.
got a special for you.
have we?
Yeah, we have our field reporter.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
I'm
Well,
coming
that's
at you from Kingsland. I am at Lake LBJ tonight.
Holla.
And I have 7 mosquito bites, in case y'all are wondering.
Ooh.
And I am totally not jealous.
Right?
Totally.
You know,
Neither am I.
the little one had her horseback riding yesterday, right?
Oh, yes.
And we forgot insect repellent and all that jazz because I told you it's like in the boondocks, right? It's out
Yes.
away from civilization, which is good on one part, but then the other side, I forgot, and so she got like some mosquito bites. And Sandy, I think we were talking about it, how the mosquito bites get.
The antihistamine reaction is severe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So poor thing, she's having some symptoms. So
Oh.
Oh, that's bad. I
Yeah.
seriously hate mosquito bites. But Eric can stand out there and not get one.
Well, maybe this will help
that's me
cheer
too.
up.
Oh.
Maybe this will help cheer up.
What?
How does she feel now? How does she feel now?
I'll let y'all know tomorrow.
Hey,
Monday.
tell her. It's like, hey, I hope that cheered her up because I chose that song specifically for her.
Oh,
Yes.
that was
especially-
Let her
sweet.
know that
Joe.
her Uncle
I'll tell her Theo Joe.
Asian Uncle Joe. Yeah, there we go.
Asian Uncle
One
Joe.
of those,
Oh,
see?
that's the new name tomorrow. Next week. The new name for next week.
Yeah.
Uncle
Yeah, it is
Asian
a good
Joe.
one. Uncle Asian Joe. There's always one in the family.
There's always,
Always one.
you.
Is there always one?
Well, yeah.
Really,
th-
though?
There should be. There
Is
should
there
be.
though?
You know, this is that moment. So my daughter, she does this funny thing. Both of them now. So when it gets to this awkward quietness in the conversation, or just awkwardness, they'll both go, "So politics?"
I bet that stops the real. I mean, that
I was
continues the
like-
conversation.
How did you get? Where did you? I was like, okay. Anyway, guys, real quick before we continue on, let me show you something.
Show
Boom.
us. Oh.
Look at this. Our business of the day. I want to give a proper shout out to Donnie B's Popcorn. So you'll see they got Donnie Duo here. I'm just going to show you some of the pictures there, guys, because I always think that's cool. So this is some great popcorn up here. There's a semi-famous popcorn shop up in Chicago that people enjoy. But if it's for me and my family, I go to Donnie B's because these guys are legit awesome. They've helped me host a big party, a popcorn bar party at my job, and I
That's
just love to
cool.
visit these guys. And so there's their normal, their cheese caramel, and then the mixed one in the middle. That's their. It's kind of like the Donnie's Duo. That's what that is, and that's a famous one. They also have,
Oh, okay.
they also have a bunch of candies.
That's where I'd be. I'd
Right?
be on a candy aisle. I'm not a fan of popcorn. I'm not a fan of popcorn.
Really? I love
Mm-mm.
popcorn, man. You see, they got some chocolate covered goodies up there.
Oh yeah, that top row would all be me.
That's all. Yeah.
Right.
If y'all didn't
Give her a
catch it,
bag.
I watched an episode a day or two ago. Joe was like, we had a guest on, and you could just hear this, and it was
And then
ever
I was
so
like-
slightly. Yeah, and then he's like this. You probably didn't even notice it. He
probably
was
didn't
so
even-
slow.
That should be an Easter egg. If you should go back and tell me at what time did I start eating the chocolate, and that way, and whoever picks the right time will get a fantabulous prize of a mention on air.
There you
Right.
go.
And we'll also throw in a round of applause.
Absolutely,
These
absolutely.
are my invisible
Because
ones. This
I
is
was
precursor.
moving so slow,
He really was.
nobody
And
could tell.
On the side, I messaged him. I was like, Joe.
Focus. Your
So
focus
anyway.
needs more focus.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell. You
There's their
couldn't tell.
candles. There's the inside of their shop. They got candles, little trays. They have I don't know if they'll have it. Oh, there's ice cream. They have sodas there, different kinds of pop. They've got, and what's that? Cotton candy. Cotton
Dude.
candy.
I know where I'm going for the zombie invasion if I'm with you.
Go to, there you go. That is it. Yeah. So if you're in this, unfortunately, it's in Bloomington. These guys are here in Bloomington, Illinois. So if you get a chance to, they have a drive-through open. So go stop by over there. I'll put all the information in there. But guys, let me show you real quick. I got one of my favorites today.
This dude went all out for his
I
promo.
Yeah,
did,
he
yes.
did.
Check
Boy,
this out. So they have their duo kind of thing, and I take it up a notch. So this is spicy buffalo
Oh
with
my.
extra cheddar cheese and caramel. So normally
Oh,
it's
you
just
do
regular
take it up
cheese
a
and
notch.
caramel, but yeah. So you see all that little goodness right there. It's all cheesy stuff.
Mm.
And then, of course, I got some of their candy one. I got pineapple and vanilla mix.
Oh wow, that's
Ah,
interesting. What a
that-
combo! Pineapple.
that
Yeah.
is interesting. Yes.
Joe's all about that pineapple, isn't he, Joe? He's salivating over there.
Interesting.
It's a bomb. So yeah, anyway, if you get a chance, stop by Donnie B's. I'll make sure to get their information in at the end of the episode, okay?
So do they ship?
They do ship. They have these bins, or what do you call those? Those popcorn tins, right?
Tin?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So you
Okay.
can get those, and I think they do customs. Don't quote me on that one, but I think they have some. If not custom, they have a pretty
Oh,
large assortment to
we're
choose from.
quoting.
Oh, we're quoting you.
We're
on that
quoting
one.
you.
Tell Donnie.
It's
Tell Donnie I
on the
sent you.
internet now.
You gotta tell him
Yeah.
Jaime sent you, though. Okay.
Oh well, never mind. We won't quote you.
Hush your mouth, Mandy.
Never mind. Never mind. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So,
Come on.
Sandy, how was your day then?
So my day was really good. It started off on a late start as usual. We wanted to be on the road at a certain time, but we had to take Johnny Cash to the kennel, and
Oh.
so anyway,
Oh,
He
Joe
did
wouldn't take
not
care of
want
him.
to. No, they refused. Didn't even answer the door when I knocked.
Everyone knows Joe, but Johnny Cash.
Right. Joe's like, I don't do golden doodles.
No, I'm just like, no.
Just throwing some comments on there.
Oh, go ahead. Keep going, Sandy. Sorry.
No, sorry. So I was reading it too. But anyway, so we got on the road. We finally made it, and just as soon as we get here, we are on the boat, and we are having
Nice. Y'all couldn't
Yes.
stop, right? You're like, we need to go like now.
right. I'm like, let's get on the boat because I've got a show to do tonight. Not really. No,
It's like, I got to be back at a certain time, so let's make it
I know,
happen.
Eric's aunt, she's so awesome. She's like, Sandy, what time is your show? Make sure that you get on the internet and everything. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so are they watching right now? Are they watching us right now by any chance?
Well, she went to bed earlier, and Eric's uncle's
Oh.
downstairs. I had already set. I was telling Joe earlier. I had already set up and everything, but Eric's uncle's downstairs watching TV. So I was like, "Oh, let me run up here real quick to our room and stuff." And so that's why I had already had it set up, but now I'm sitting under a lamp. But
What's their names, real quick? Or can you?
Linda.
Or do we just?
Linda and Mel Abbey, yeah,
So Uncle Linda and Aunt Dell Abby.
yes.
Hope you're watching this in the replay. Thank you for watching us. We love you, and take care
Yeah,
of.
she was so funny. She was like, "Yeah, I'll come on and do an interview if you want me to."
You got to do a remote interview, and then we could play it on Monday with her.
Yeah,
Okay?
that'd be
I
cool.
know,
Yeah.
That'd be
I'll
good.
do it.
Y'all
Okay.
need to do it like on the boat. And that way we're not really.
we're not really
No,
jealous
we
or
do
anything
like
like
this
that.
every time we.
No, that would be the best, though. That would be best because
Okay.
we wouldn't really care what she's saying. We're just like, look how.
He's lying, Linda.
do
He's
it.
lying. We care about what you say.
No,
okay?
but just like the view. It's like this is
So
the
bad.
view, and she's like telling you like the
Oh,
little
I
story
totally
about
send
everything
you
that's
so you
going.
can share. You can share a video of the water.
Okay. Everyone loves Joe
Always
because
start
he
with it.
thinks of you when you're on the episode. When you're a guest, he'll eat while you're on there, and he'll tell you you're not important. That's why we keep him around here.
Yeah, and I'll
Yeah.
go for gold too.
He makes us look good. Oh, that's, he goes
I'm like,
searching
oh,
for
that's
wombats in the wombat cave.
Right? Yeah, y'all remind me that I'm on air, and I'm just like, I know.
It was Sandy first. She was like so cool about it. She was like,
She's like, Joe, you're on air, and I'm like, I know.
Is that supposed to affect me in some way?
Is there,
Right.
Was that something new?
Right? Do I need to get closer or further away?
So you can't see it? You're not close enough? Is that what you said?
Yeah, let me see which one I sent you because I'm not sure.
Oh, that one's pretty cool. Are you gonna share it?
yeah,
You want-
I'm just getting it. You
Okay.
got it. It's not as easy just to be like, I'm gonna share it. I got to
Okay, so yeah, this is
Set it
this
up
is when we
and-
first got here. So yeah, this is their place. Yeah, so you can share that one.
Cool.
Anyway, how was y'all day?
Oh wait, we got to show this first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can't hear it. Can I do the audio yet? No.
I think I muted it. I'm not
No.
sure.
Oh, look at the
So
boat.
Eric went out on the jet ski with Cade.
Oh wow, is that where you are staying in that?
Yeah, there's their house right there.
Oh, that's their house.
Yes,
Is that a
that's their
slip and
house,
slide down there?
Yeah. Yes.
That'd be kind of weird to do that.
It
must be a
so
southern
when the
thing.
boats come by, it rocks it up really crazy.
Uh huh.
So it's like a little floating pad. You don't really
Nice.
float, you just jump off of it.
Nice.
Not jealous. Still not jealous.
Right.
No.
Just think mosquitoes. It's awful out here.
Right. Exactly. Awful.
It's awful.
I can't believe people live like this.
I know. Yeah, in fact, I'm not a big lake person, and now I'm like, Eric, I think we should get a lake house.
He's like, forget the pool. She's like, let's move out to Buffalo Lake.
I'm like, okay, so I would not be a lake person. Like, this is an acceptable lake. Over there, not so much.
Not so much. Not so much.
How was your day, Joe?
So I woke up, took a nap, and then I got up. No, I'm just kidding.
Woke up so tired.
I woke up so tired, and I was like, no. So I got up, and I had a dentist appointment today, and so this is since all the stuff happened, they just barely opened up and everything, and so I'm like not sure what to expect when I go in.
Right.
So I get there to my appointment, and then I'm like, go ahead, Sandy.
Did the dentist say, "Oh my, what big teeth do you have?" But if he didn't, I was just wondering. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Good question.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
But so you go in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm here for my appointment, and they ask my name and blah blah blah, and she goes, you need to read this sign over here, and then you need to read this sign, and then she's going to take your temperature. I'm like, oh, okay. And so,
Okay.
and I was like, who's going to take my temperature?
You are.
What kind of thermometer?
And then the girl comes running out. She's like, oh, I'm going to take. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, okay. She takes my temperature. I'm all good and everything like that. So they're not allowed to use. They usually use like a water pick. You know, the fancy water pick that splashes all over the place. Well, they don't use that. So she had to use the traditional tools to scrape through my mouth, basically.
Oh,
And,
like, had to go old school, like they
yeah.
did back in the Western days.
Oh yeah, she had to go old school, and found out that she's a photographer, and she was really cool about that. And then she followed me on Instagram, talked about that and stuff. And it was
You
this is
talked
the
about
first.
Instagram and your photography. You didn't bring up the social and distancing show, did you?
Well, anyways,
You're right. Did you talk about your puppies, any?
this is the first time that I've gone to the dentist, and when I left, I didn't feel like my mouth was on fire. So this is my message to everyone out there: flossing works. So, so like I've been religiously flossing
Did you really talk a week before your appointment?
No, I've been going I've been
I've heard
flossing
of it.
every night. And so
I've heard of that
let me tell
saying.
you this too. Like I don't use the traditional floss anymore. I use the sticks. Though that's the way to do it because I can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't take as long, and I just toss it and stuff like that. Because usually you have
It
to
was the
wrap around.
coordination,
Yeah.
coordination of trying to get everything in there.
Right.
Every time
yeah.
I use those, I think, man, I'd make a great assassin.
Okay.
I'm like, replace the floss with some piano string.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen anyone in my murder shows die by piano string. That's interesting.
They haven't
Yeah.
found me yet.
They've not also found your wire either.
Or the bodies.
Yeah. So I went to work, finished some work, sent out some emails, then came home and I was doing my homework. I was trying to get in early, and then the producer says, "Hey, I want to go to Home Depot." I'm like, "But I'm doing homework." Okay, let's go.
I know how you feel, Joe.
Right.
Yes.
So I finished my homework. I came home and I was trying not to do it 15 minutes before the show, but I was doing it 15 minutes before the show. So
Maybe like 5
What did
minutes
you get
before
at
the
Home
show.
Depot?
we got some flowers, potting soil, and Crazy Looks.
I need some potting soil.
Crazy Looks because we had our mask on. Oh, and
Yeah,
I
they're like,
looked.
what is that for?
And yeah, I looked and I found a griddle. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get me one of them."
Okay, because they're out of stock everywhere.
Well, no, they have two there. So I was like, "Do I want
wow.
the big one or do I want the small one?"
Go with the
So,
big one.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because you
thinking.
can
too.
always just use one side of the burner.
Right.
Right.
And the other side for
And the other-
tortillas.
And you're American. We like
And-
to overindulge in it. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean,
Go
what
big
would
or go home.
Hamilton-
that's
Yeah.
what I say.
How was your day, Mr. Pineapples?
It was okay. It was okay. It was pretty somber. It was pretty somber. I'm sorry. It was okay. You know, I got a friend. Man, they had a beautiful memorial in Lubbock.
Oh,
Got
that's right.
some-
Today was a service.
Yeah, and they had it online, and so I was on there this morning, and of course it's sad. It's you know, heavy and things like that, but it was really beautiful, and the things that the family and friends were saying, like, it was just, man, and you could just see the love that people had, and it was good. It really sucks that I couldn't be there in Lubbock, and I really wish I could be there for the Morris family, Gordon, Sophia, Gordon, David. My friend, her name was Madeline. She was an angel on earth, one of the most gentlest women you could ever meet. You just feel the love. And so it was a really sweet memorial. Got to sit in my conference room and just watch it all, and was like, man, really loving it, really feeling it, really missing them and stuff. And so it was as sad as it was one of those where it's part of the life piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you know, so it was a good sort of closure in a way for being up here for that.
Mhm.
So
That's
I
cool.
really like that. Not like this, you know what I mean? It's a weird thing to describe
Yeah.
the feeling. So,
Right.
It is.
but I got to do that, so that was neat being able to participate. It
Didn't
was Friday.
Didn't you get a new piece or something that you told us about? It's
Hi,
on your-
Sean's mom. She said hello.
Oh, tell her I said hi.
It's like the color purple or something.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you guys want to see this thing?
Yes,
I
I
have it
do.
right
I was
here.
going to ask you what model.
Okay, hold on. Look, fill the air time with something. Joe.
Fill the air with something. So, oh, by the way, I know that there were a lot of high school graduations today. So I want to
Yes.
send out a congratulations to all of those high school seniors, and including the ones that I shot over the ones that didn't shoot with me. I'm just kidding.
Congratulations to those who used Joe Baker as a
Look.
photographer.
Congratulations
So-
to all the graduates.
And congratulations to the parents that helped make them through. My gosh.
Right,
it's a chore.
exactly. And the parents.
So, you know, a lot of us are sitting down a lot at work and at home and all that stuff. So my bum was hurting big time. I was like, I'm just so tired of sitting. So I actually spent the money to get this bad boy. You can't tell, but this is the cover that it comes in. It's pretty cool. But if you
I think it's
open
not
this
purple.
up, it is purple. It's got that.
Oh,
You see it?
wow.
It's
Yes.
the purple
Look at that.
JO.
Can you see that?
Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome.
It's like the honeycomb purple goo.
Yes. This thing
It was
is
like purple
amazing.
slime.
This thing feels so good, no lie. And so for the first day, today's my first day with it. I love this little bad boy. It's not cheap, but I found it at a gas station. It's sold out online. I think it's like $130, but it was $80 at the gas station. I was like, yeah, I'll take one.
At a gas station? How random
No
is
joke.
that?
Well, because up here the shipping, what do they
Is
call
it a
that?
Buc-ee's?
No,
I got
Rangers.
to look at if it was at a Buc-ee's.
It was Rangers. But that thing feels so good. So if it ends up working out, I might get one for the
Give us
office.
a
one
review
for the
next
home.
week
Yeah.
Yeah.
To-
You know-
after you
to-
use it for a week. Uh-oh, Joe.
The producer said she always wanted one of those.
Chris, they
And she
are
drops hints and you never get one.
good. Look, they are good. They feel great.
They're out of stock. Sorry.
They are out of stock.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
they
at a
have,
gas
bed-
station.
they have beds out of these things too,
Yeah.
right?
What?
I think. Yeah,
I
they
think
make a whole
so.
bed out of this thing. That's where it originally
No
came
way.
from. Yeah,
Is that the one where they drop the egg on it? Is that the one that they
I
drop
don't,
the egg
I
on?
don't think
Or they
so.
drop the wine glass and it doesn't spill?
I think it's the one where they drop the person on it and
Different
they go to
bed.
sleep.
Different bed. Never
it? They drop a person on it and they go
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah,
That's-
it's like you.
That's amazing.
I saw one that said they dropped a bowling ball. Was that one?
I don't know if it's any of those guys, but it's pretty good. You know what? We're at 20 minutes in and we haven't even started on the new content yet. And people are like, when is it going to start? Actually, no one's saying that.
it was going to be a surprise.
You
We're
said
just
it
prolonging it
was
as much as possible.
Right, because we're not sure how long it's going to take.
That's the truth of the matter.
So who wants to go first? Oh wait,
I'll go first.
we need to explain
think
what
it
the
is,
surprise
Carrie.
is.
But do we?
We do.
We do.
because
I'll
our
let you do it,
dude
Sandy.
voted-
I'll let you do it then. You do
Yeah,
it so
Sandy.
much better.
Sandy, it's you.
I honestly, I don't even know what's going on. Let's just be honest. I'm surprised too.
Listen. You
Listen,
guys, listen, Linda.
Linda,
You
Linda.
guys, we put a poll out there at the end of May, and we said, what do you guys want? Do you want us to go back to Freaky Friday, or do you want us to continue Food Friday? And the response was overwhelming. And
Y'all
we
wanted
listened to
food.
you. We heard you.
We heard
And
you
we
say
made
food.
and we made you we made the decision for you on what to do. So
And we kind of listened, kind of.
Right. We read
Big
it.
time.
We read it.
So what we decided to do was I'm going to cover the freaky part for tonight. Sandy is going to cover the food part tonight.
Oh my gosh.
And then Joe,
Oh darn it.
what are you going to cover? What did you want to call it, Joe?
Flashback Friday.
He's going to cover a
Joe will
flashback.
flash everybody.
And that we're gonna do a Kahoot, so make sure you have your phones ready. I love the Kahoot game because it's homework that I can actually do and enjoy doing. So, and I'm not really big on the food part. I'm not really big on the Freaky Friday part. So, thank you, Miss Carrie Patton Jackson, for throwing that in the comments. And I'll give her props for that because I was like, oh, I like that one. And this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be fun. It's gonna bring back
He
some
was
memories.
really excited about it.
Yeah, it was. I was like, we should do this one and ignore what everybody else said.
Right.
And so we were like, but we can't ignore what everyone else said. We made a promise that we got to have integrity and yada yada. And so it's like,
Yeah, it's our show though.
I mean, but do we have to do all
Yeah.
that?
You know what? It's our show. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
It's my damn show.
Our show.
Language twice in 2 days. Anyway, so without further ado, we're going to let Sandy start.
Yeah, I'll totally.
Yeah.
Sandy's
I mean, I took up like 30 minutes last week. Today,
Did
I'm
you
going to
really?
take up 2. I mean, I did take up quite a bit of time.
Oh
She
my
did take it.
goodness.
But we kind of planned it that way too.
Did we? I don't remember planning it. I just took up a lot of time.
Well, I don't know if it's planned, but we said
But
you
it's
should
planned.
be. Yours should be longer.
Okay, so this one is not.
Yours
gonna
should be longer because I did C- work again.
Well, okay, so I didn't know what I was going to do. So it has boggled my mind. And then on the way up here, down here, probably down here, right? On the way down here, I thought to myself, what are we going to have for lunch? And so, if you've been watching, you know that we are everything gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free. And so we just don't be stopping at McDonald's and Sonic and everything else like that. So I wanted to go over some road trip snacks that gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free people can do. and that way it's not like a hassle. So this is road tripping while you are GF, DF, and SF.
Yeah, we need to come up with a better like GDSF.
Oh, hold on, I messed up.
German Shepherd dogs.
German dog shepherd free.
German dog Shepherd free. So that's what we're gonna call it. And so anyway, I built this little slideshow for us.
I promise I'm gonna get it right here this last time.
This last time.
Yeah.
One more time.
That's it. Ready, set, go.
Don't put the
No pressure. There's no pressure.
There we go.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go. So I did little pictures to kind of
Insert.
show you the brands. Okay, so contrary to popular belief, there is dairy-free yogurt, and we have tried the Silk brand and loved it. And that's probably pretty much the only one that's available that I find here on the regular, and also the So Delicious. So they're really good. Of course, they don't taste like the original, so you might be a little bit disappointed if you are looking for these, just because, I mean, nothing tastes the same. Your palate gets used to a certain type of food, a certain taste, and then when you try something different, then you're kind of like, but it grows on you. So it was really good. We've tried the Silk in the blueberry, the strawberry, and like I said, we didn't honestly notice a lot of difference. The only thing that you have to watch with these is, so we allow 20 grams of sugar for the day, and these actually have a little bit higher. So Kate and I will share one so that we can cut our sugar count in half.
Ooh.
So you have yogurt. So the next option is fruit chips. And another thing on this one that you have to watch, not this brand, but just if you're looking for the chips and stuff, is the added sugar. So if it has normal sugar, of course, some apples are sweet. So if the normal sugar is fine, but if it says added, you have to stay away from that part of it. And so apple chips, banana chips, and these are really good.
Oh, the Fuji. Oh, the type of apple is the Fuji or the red.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
so nuts, any kind of nuts. I love almonds, but you can't get like the honey roasted or, all
Or
that
the
good stuff.
cocoa dusted ones.
Yeah, cocoa
Or
dusted.
the chocolate covered
dusted.
ones.
Yeah.
You're just ruining all the fun, Sandy. We're never road tripping with you.
Yeah, right. I don't have to worry about anybody eating my snacks.
That's true. You didn't have a problem whenever you were going to the store, did you?
Nope. And Carrie's asking a really good question. She asked if you can dehydrate your own fruit. Yes, you can. Do I do that? No, I cannot do that.
Does
And
your
I
sister
actually,
do it?
my what is it called? The Foodie Ninja? No.
Oh,
The Ninja Foodie, one of those. It actually, you can dehydrate fruit in that. So maybe one day
Something to try out.
I'll try it. Yeah, for sure. Because one, it'll be cheaper, and two, it'll be healthier. So, and what you're putting in it. So anyway, nuts, raw or roasted nuts are really good.
Chocolate covered.
Man, those are my favorite. Those are my weakness,
I hear
but
ya.
I can't have any. So
Sandy, have you ever made your own almond milk with almonds?
I've not. I've seen the process.
I've done it.
Man,
Yeah,
I remember you telling me, but that's like a lot to do. That's like more than 3 hours and
Yeah.
ingredient.
I'm telling you, the hardest part about it is just the cheesecloth, honestly, in my
Is
opinion.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I would
not
love
finding
to
it.
do it, but I suck at life. I don't see myself trying to ever attempt at doing it.
Show me.
We're being honest.
She's like, I can buy
We're
it.
being honest.
I can buy it.
I go to the store. I don't want to milk an almond. So, and then the next one. Okay, so these we get at Costco. So this is pure fruit. This, if you have younger kids, this is really good. Like this is will replace your fruit roll-ups. And
okay.
again, the only sugar that's in there is what's in the fruit naturally, and that's all it is. All that is fruit pureed together and makes it look like a little fruit leather. So
Nice.
anyway, so these are awesome.
And
You can get at
I would
Costco for like
Dip that in
10.
chocolate too.
Oh.
I wonder if it's got gelatin in there, and that's what makes it like that.
So, do you just take a whole thing of Nutella and just dip everything in it? Because that's how I do it.
No.
All these snacks is make sure you have a jar of Nutella with you.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like I don't know. I don't understand what's going on. I'm doing everything she says, but I'm putting it in Nutella.
Right. I wish we could have Nutella, but we can't. So, and then of course we can have potato chips, and the only thing that you have to remember about potato chips is that it can only be 3 ingredients. Maybe that's where I get my 3 ingredient rule, but it's the potato, the salt, and the oil, and that's it. No hot Cheetos, no Doritos, nothing like that. But there is a brand that makes them similar.
But you know what? Kettle chips are good. If you come up here during the Blue Corn Festival where they make a bunch of corn for you, you can find a bunch of vendors who are making kettle chips also right there fresh.
Oh,
and that
really?
smell is good. It's so good.
And these are really good too. We love the kettle chips. So those are good.
Right.
Put them in the microwave next time.
And Anita says, no snack road trips
Seriously.
with Sandy.
Sandy.
Gosh, thanks, Anita. Jeez.
And Carrie asked Jaime, how do you milk a tree?
Very carefully. Very carefully.
I may.
It'll catch on soon enough with you two.
And I guess he's telling me no on the Nutella part, I guess.
Yeah, calm down with the Nutella, Joe. And so, again, for your younger kids, apple juice. I mean, not apple juice, applesauce. And this one is a good brand, no added sugars and all that stuff.
I used to give this to the kids.
I've had apples and pork chops. They're really good.
It's weird, right? I think.
Yeah.
I used to give this to the girls when they were younger. Then when they got older, it got expensive to feed them copious amounts of applesauce all the time.
Because it's not just one. That's why we don't buy it for Kate, because it's not just one.
Yeah.
It's like in one setting, the whole thing is gone.
Yeah, and before you even finish loading the groceries off, right? You're like, what's this box? And you couldn't even throw it away?
Yes, and that's the thing that we have with Kate. Anything sweet like those pure fruits and stuff, we're like, this has to last us minimum 2 weeks because we don't go to Costco that often. And so that does not happen.
Okay.
So anyway, so this one's a good. And then gluten-free pretzel twist. They taste, and you can get these at Walmart, and they taste just like regular pretzels minus the gluten. So,
but
I mean, I think they taste like regular pretzels.
They gotcha.
They gotcha. Yeah, sucker. And then skinny popcorn. So I was never a fan of popcorn, like when Joe was talking about during your promo, your business plug. I wasn't a fan of popcorn, but the minute we went on to this lifestyle change, I'm like, now I want popcorn. Can I even have popcorn? Damn, I can have popcorn, and this tastes really good. So, and I think they have some that are flavored.
Yeah,
I've not ventured out, but I just asked for this one.
We used to eat this a while back, a few years ago too.
But it tastes just like regular popcorn.
It's good. I would actually recommend it. Even I didn't think it was bad at all. But it's just that my wife only bought it for herself.
Oh,
okay. Did she put her name on it?
No, she didn't have to.
Do not touch.
There's 45 popcorn left in here.
I counted them each.
And then, of course, the good old-fashioned cut up your fruit, and you don't have to worry about not having any on the road. And just take, wash it, cut it up, blah, blah, blah.
Wait a minute.
What, Jamie?
You said you don't have to worry about having any on the road.
Oh, what was I saying? Eric distracted me, rude. What I meant was you don't have to worry about stopping and buying or any snacks that you're going to have if you already buy it and package it and cut it and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
There's
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's some psychosis in that.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I know the flavor Kool-Aid.
It's strawberry and blueberry.
I feel what you're spraying.
Tell me the weather, not the news.
And so we stopped
What is
at
that?
brisket and turkey.
Oh, man.
So I'm going to tell you
that's
this.
some barbecue right there.
Now, if you told me I had to eat all your snacks to get that, I'd sign up for your trip.
So this is what we stop at. We don't stop at any chains. We stop at just like little mom and pop places. And this was a mom and pop place, and their potato salad was atrocious. Was awful.
That's the trade-off, right? There's always going to be something at that one of those stops that's not a
because you think you're going to have something like from back home. And the brisket was all right. The turkey was all right. But, when you've had Evie Mae's,
the turkey looks a little dry.
It wasn't. It looks it, but it wasn't dry.
Okay.
It was all right. It was decent.
All right.
And that's what road tripping with us. And so I tell you all of this to tell you that I didn't prepare for any of it. I didn't pack anything. I never do. We just winged it on the road. we get off and we spend so much money on road snacks. And I wish I was the parent that would pack a lunch that would pack this. And I don't. Did I take any of these snacks with me? No. I know what I need to buy, but I don't. So anyway,
Well,
take
you
it,
know what
leave
they
it,
say:
anyway.
those who don't teach.
Those who
Don't
don't
learn.
teach.
No, those
Don't
who
learn.
don't, comma, teach.
Oh, those who don't.
Oh,
Not
Yeah.
don't teach.
Yeah.
Don't.
yeah.
Those who don't teach.
Those
Run
who
on.
can't teach.
Those who don't.
Either. Whatever.
Teach.
Potato, potato.
Right.
Potato salad, good potato salad. Well, thank you, Sandy,
Potato
for
salad.
sharing that. I appreciate that.
That is actually
you're welcome.
very interesting. I just need to remember to bring my Nutella, and I can be with you. I can do everything
Hey,
you
that
do.
fruit that would be delicious dipped in that Nutella.
Yeah,
It really
I'm
would
telling
be.
you. I'm
Can
telling
you
you.
imagine taking the almonds and dipping those in the Nutella too?
Oh,
It'd be so
my
messy,
gosh,
but it would be so
Yeah.
good.
it would
Real
be good.
It would be.
Mhm.
It would be.
Look at here's what Carrie said. We just did a bunch of sandwich salad options for our big road trip. What are some bread options? Oh, Sandy.
Oh, you know what? There's plenty of bread options. My favorite is probably Udi's. Udi's makes a gluten-free cinnamon raisin bread. Oh, it's so good. And you just put that fruits, what is it? The salad on there, like the chicken salad. Delicious.
That
Thanks,
was
Joe.
not me opening a snack. Just so y'all know, it sounds like it, but it wasn't me. I don't have any snacks today. I was running behind.
Who is that?
I don't know. So, Jamie, do you want to go next? You want me to go?
Yes, no, me, because I. Anyway, so listen up, guys. I don't know that I have a lot to share, but I put I'll try to find. I didn't prepare anything because I was preparing for you, Sandy. My bad.
Thank you.
But listen up, okay? All right. I was going to share it and pull up stuff, but I'm not going to. But listen up, guys. Here's a story that I have for you. Let me get ready here. I'm going to try to be as good a storyteller as I can tonight.
So what are you doing?
Wait,
What
In
I
West
have the
Philadelphia,
freaky
born and
topic.
raised.
Huh?
In West Philadelphia, born and raised. That's what I thought you were going to say.
No. What were you saying, Joe?
I was like, what part are you doing again?
I got the freaky part this week, okay? So I'm Freaky Friday. And with Freaky Friday, I heard of an interesting story. We'll call it a conspiracy, actually, okay? Just to make sure I'm covering my bases. I don't want the government come knocking on my door here in a minute. Believe it or not, this conspiracy is called Project Stargate.
Shut your
So-
face.
I'm not kidding you, man.
This is not a TV review.
It is not a TV review. You're absolutely correct. Operation Stargate started way back in the 70s. You know, Joe, like your time.
I'm about to
We
mute you.
started back in the 70s. All right, so get this. The story starts off with there's this weird dude who is, I think he's either Egyptian or Israeli, and his name is Uri. I don't remember his last name, but he's one of the,
Uri.
he's a world famous guy who's known for like some mystic stuff. He can read minds, he can bend spoons, he can tell the future, and all this crazy stuff, right? So it got around one night when he was doing one of his shows, and he's a pretty loud guy, okay? He's a bit extra. He's doing a show, and in the middle of the show, he starts freaking out and doing something that is not normal for him even in any of his routines. And he starts freaking out. He basically starts saying something to the effect of, I think the Egyptian president just died or is going to die. And people are like, what? Well, he keeps going on and on about that. It's to the point where the audience is really like, okay, this is getting tiring. This is getting awkward. This is getting weird. I didn't pay for all this. I don't know what's going on here. And there was a reporter there, though, who was like, huh. So he ran outside. He gets on the phone, and he calls up his editor, and he's like, hey, was there anything wrong with the prime minister? And they're like, no, nothing. He's like, okay, all right, never mind. The show ends. Everyone goes on their way. That reporter goes back and he looks. Later on that night, the prime minister ended up having a heart attack, and they didn't tell the country. And so I think this was late 70s, so later 70s. I think 78, but I'm not 100% sure timing. So anyway, it alerts the American military. Someone in the American military hears about it and is like, huh. And at the time, they wanted to know if there was like a way to tap into extrasensory telepathetic people and be able to produce their own and whatnot. So they find this Uri guy. They say, hey, come work for us over here. And he's like, okay, I'll come over. He comes over. And then they hit him with a whole bunch of tests, guys. Let me tell you. One of the tests has to deal with, they put this person, and they're like, just guess what this person's thinking. He does it 8 times in a row perfectly. And so they're like, okay, wow. The guy who's overseeing this project is like, nah, that's just weird. So he says, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give him 10 or 12 tins, and we're going to put stuff in the tins, and we're going to see if he can guess what they are. So they put the stuff in the tins, and different people put things in the tins. They locked him up, put him there. He goes through all tins. He guesses 10 of them 100% accurately. 2 of them he doesn't. The only difference with those 2 were that they were the same items as 2 of the items in the other 10, except wrapped in paper towels.
Oh, so that was like his lead.
That was like his lead. So for whatever reason, he was. It turned out they were like, okay, so he has some affinity, some connection with metals or ores or minerals, things like that, not with man-made things per se, if that makes sense, Mm-hmm. So they're like, okay, all right, that's still too weird. So then the director will say, I don't know if he was the director or not, but the lead scientist guy, the lead head honcho, he's like, okay, I still don't believe it. We're going to do some more testing. So he gets a safe. He has them put something in the safe, close it up, lock it. They don't even know what the combination is to the safe, which I was like, that didn't make sense. Like, you want to open it.
So they didn't even know it?
Yes. So no one knew what the combination is to the safe, but apparently the guy it's kind of one of those where like, I'm going to put this letter in an envelope. I'm going to give it to you, Joe. Joe, you're going to hand it to Sandy. Sandy, you're going to put it in the safe. You're going to lock it. And there's supposed to be like these points where no one could have touched it. It's far removed.
Right.
They asked him to look at the safe, which was in a different room, and tell him what it was in there. And he did perfectly. He drew it out and whatever. Later on, they go give him more tests. They're just not convinced that this guy is legit and knows all these things. So
I'd have been one test and I'd have been mind blown.
I would have been, right. I'd been like, you know what, yep.
He's real.
Yeah. So then they give him this odd test though, where there's a bunch of random people who are basically, it's like a guessing game, because that's all these things are, guessing games, right? They want to know if he can actually read their minds or review what's hidden from him. And so in this next experiment, it's again a guessing game. He gets, I think it's 10, but he gets 8 of them correct. And the final 2, they're like, why couldn't he get those? It doesn't make sense. He's done so well, statistically speaking, and all this other, like, he should have gotten them. Well, they think what happened was because he was not getting along well with one of the researchers, and he didn't like him. He was like, man, that guy has such an attitude. So then it turns out that the 2 that he didn't get right were the 2 that were that researcher had touched. Basically, it was his guess in that, and so they were like, okay, he didn't get him right, but that's kind of weird too.
Hold on, okay, so the researcher that he wasn't agreeing with he couldn't figure out what those 2 things were. Yes.
So Uri, he figured out all the other 8 by the other researchers that did, but these 2 items that he was supposed to guess, he couldn't guess. But the defining difference there was, out of all the researchers he had been working with, Uri had problems with this guy.
Because he was the devil. The devil.
So he was like, read this, fool.
Right.
Okay. So at this point, the lead is like, I just got to be sure. So he runs out of the room. He grabs the first person he sees in the hallway, and he looks at them. He goes, I want you to tell me a place, and then I want you to give me the longitude and the latitude of that place.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
So, and this is an institute. I don't remember the full name, but I know it's SRI. But this institute, so this associate, I don't know, is like, okay, here's the place. And then they go to the maps. They find the longitude and latitude. He gives it to him. He goes to Uri, and he says, Uri, I want you to take this, and I want you to tell me what's there. He just gave him the longitude and latitude. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Uri takes the information, and he does his little. He's not doing anything fancy, but he's just kind of like thinking about it. And he's like, I see a flagpole. I see a cabin or a facility, like a base maybe, or a home of some kind. He sees all these different things, and he's just describing it. And so he's like, okay.
It's coming.
He sends the director sends someone to go check out that place, right? He goes to check out the place, and it's wrong. It's a cabin in the woods that's at that longitude and latitude. And so he asks, at this point, they're looking for other extrasensory people in the world. Okay.
Does Uri know latitude and longitude?
I don't
Does
know.
he know what that is?
I don't know. You don't really get to hear that piece of the information. But what is interesting, they find another guy who's like Uri. They give him the same longitude and latitude, and out of just a whim, he tells him, he's like, what do you see here? That guy describes the exact same thing that Uri described.
Oh.
And these two guys, the only way that could have happened is if Uri knew him and told him what it was. This is the late 70s, guys. This is 78. You got
so
ghosts
they
over
have
there, Joe,
Facebook and they could communicate.
Right. Hey guys, look what test I took this weekend.
Right. Look at my Facebook quiz.
Look at my Kahoot. So anyway, so the new telepath, psychic, whatever you want to call him, he describes the same thing, but he not just describes it. He goes into further detail. He's like, there's a room there that's locked. In that room, there's a green filing cabinet. In that filing cabinet, there's a file on top with something project and this or whatever. He's describing things even more detailed.
So he's better than Uri?
He's better than Uri, it looks like. He's better than Uri. So the director, he's like, and by this time, the government's already involved. They're kind of like, we want to fund this research. And so he tells them, I'm going to go take a look at this. So why did both of them describe the same place, the same markers, but the latitude and longitude didn't match up? It didn't seem right to him. So he goes to visit the longitude and latitude. He finds the cabin. It's like, this doesn't make sense. He finds the cabin. So he was like, you know what? Let me just take a drive around and see what's going on. So he drives further down the road, and not even like a couple of miles down the road, he sees a flagpole. He sees the circle that they described. He gets there. He finds a missile base. Oh. He goes in the base. He finds this place. It's deserted, kind of, or abandoned, however way you want to say it. And he's like, holy crap, this is the place they described. He finds the room. He finds the filing cabinet. By the time he gets back to base, the government's showing up because they're like, okay, that was enough information to kick off their flags that there was some sort of like espionage going on or spies or whatever. And they're like, that information, there's no way no one could have known that. But the second guy, because he was a lot more detailed, right? And so now they're like, okay, now this is legit. Something is going on here. These guys.
Now it is.
Now there's something going on.
Now that they're spies, now it's real.
Yes, yeah. So now they're legit. Like, okay, something's going on. So anyway, there's a lot more to it. They end up doing more remote viewing. So remote viewing, for those of you who don't know, it's being able to see things far away. There's a bunch of events that end up happening afterwards between the two of them and the government. The government gets involved. They end up taking one of the guys. They recruit him. His predictions or viewings or psychic, whatever you want to call it, are enough that the government thinks we don't need him to be like a researcher or a test subject anymore. We need him in the field. And they actually recruit him as an actual agent or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like, he's not behind the lines. He is something.
Is it Nostradamus?
It's not Nostradamus.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
But maybe Nostradamus talked about these guys. I don't know. Right. Anyway, then there's some mysterious circumstances later on that happen on how Uri and this other guy, they both end up passing away. There's mysterious and weird stuff that's like, the researchers were like, I saw stuff that doesn't make sense. They were freaked out. They retired. Two of them ended up getting away from their field of study completely. One ended up going in physics instead, and it just starts getting weird. But anyway, the government is like, we need to figure this out. And if you want to know more about it, go look up Project Stargate yourself.
So
Yes.
so what did you see this on real quick?
There's a movie based on it. I've seen it on podcasts. I've seen it on some YouTube videos also.
The producer said she heard it on a podcast with
Yeah.
Ashley Flowers.
So
Oh,
yes,
cool.
Ashley Flowers has an episode on it. That's true. Yeah. So
Okay. Ashley,
Thanks,
if you want to
Anita.
watch the movie that's loosely based on it, it's called Men Who Stare at Goats. And it
Oh,
stars George Clooney.
that's it?
It's loosely based on it because part of Project Stargate involved giving LSD
Project
to soldiers,
Mm.
and enough LSD would give them the ability to remote view and all these other psychic abilities. The movie is more of a dramedy,
That's what I
but
was telling the police officer too, but he didn't believe me.
I was trying to remote view from home, officer.
I was like, my
Or is
window
that remote work?
keeps
What
shutting
are
down.
you thinking? Gosh. All right, y'all. That was awesome, Mr. Pena. We
Thanks,
have to do.
Jamie. Okay,
I
I'm
like that.
intrigued.
Thank
I
you.
am.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, now I just want to watch
I was
that
worried.
movie.
Now
I'm
y'all.
gonna watch that movie with some Nutella and some fruit, and we'll be good to go.
I'll tell you more about it in the after show.
Strawberry.
All right, get your phones out, people.
Oh.
We are going to play a game of Kahoot,
Kahoot.
Hoot.
and I am going to share my screen. Oh, there's the music again.
I like the music, Joe. I don't know about you.
I do. I like it.
Right, Sandy?
Okay, let me adjust the volume then, so it's not so loud in my ears. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna share the screen here.
Okay.
This one. Okay, if you'll go to Kahoot.it on your phone, or if you have the app, then all you have to do is enter the number 3058468. I've always wanted. I love when people ask me for a number, and I like repeating it in a random pattern. 3058468.
That you almost sounded like that.
Oh, you got to do
Flash,
your
flash,
thing too, Joe. Your
Underdog.
intro.
Oh, welcome to Flashback Friday.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, look, we got the mini Asian. We have the assistant. We have San, J Pineapples. Okay, I think we got everybody. I asked the producer to join, but I don't think she's going to. So, come on, producer.
Come on,
Come on.
producer. We want you in.
We want you in. One more. Una mas.
I might drop a little tidbits on the story earlier.
Yeah,
so.
we'll wait. We'll wait 30 seconds here. 30 seconds. We got to fill up the air with 30
Oh,
seconds.
so that movie stars Ewan McGregor and George Clooney.
And it's called Men Who Stare at Goats.
You were being
Yes.
serious?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen that, but I'm like, why do I
Yeah.
watch Men Who Stare at Goats?
It's
Right,
very,
exactly.
They never call it the project or anything like that, but it's
Okay, all right, here we go. I am flashing back to 1993.
sweet.
Oh, nice.
This was the number one song of 1993. What was the album name? And I only did 15 seconds, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
The name of the album?
Album. Yes,
Man,
what
93 was a fun
Alright.
year to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was some fun
3,
music.
2, 1.
I named the name of the song.
I was so young. Ah, okay.
No
I
one-
named the name of the song.
What did you choose, Sandy?
I chose Daydream.
I did
Yeah.
too.
That's the name of the
Because it's
song.
the name
but
of the
that's
song, not the
not
name
the
of
name
the
of
album.
the album.
You screwed me up, Joe.
Well, the
Yeah,
reason
Joe,
I did
sorry,
that because whenever I linked the YouTube channel, it had the name of the song on there. I was like, well, I can't do the name of the song because
Yeah, you could. Probably wouldn't have paid attention.
right. Exactly.
Good morning, Sumit.
Let's
Sumit
see
Puri.
here, and
Good morning, Samit.
everyone scored a big fat goose egg on that one.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay. I don't
And
feel.
Mini Asian is in first place with that 0.
Nice. Here we go. Let's go with the next question here. What was the number one movie of 1993?
Oh, was it Dream?
Oh, I
Number
know.
Tombstone,
Gosh.
Philadelphia, Mrs. Doubtfire, or Jurassic Park? Hello.
Oh, I can't change it. I knew it was Miss Doubtfire after you said it.
7, 6.
He purposely chose that one.
No, Jurassic Park was it? Man, I remember going to the theaters to watch that, and the sound was
was
incredible,
awesome, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, it was so incredible. And so the looks. Oh my
Way
goodness,
to go, Sandy.
San
What?
is
Holla.
moving
Look at
on up.
you.
She's trying to get her throne back. Trying
Yeah,
to get
she
it done
is.
back.
I'm trying.
I don't
so
know if
hard.
trying is the right word. I think she's probably accomplishing it, right? She can accomplish it all.
Which one of these was not that popular in 93 fashion-wise? Overalls, plaid, Chuck Taylors,
Oh
skirts.
gosh. I
Dun,
got
dun,
that.
dun, dun,
I'm gonna get one of these answers right. So for
Yeah.
you know what?
Hey, overalls were
forgot what I
popular
was
in
gonna
2000.
Oh, was that when you were wearing them, Sandy? That's right.
I know.
The answer
Dang it.
was Chuck Taylors.
Really?
Plaid, overalls, and
Taylors have
skirts
been
were
around
really
a while.
big. Yeah.
I doubt where you got that data from.
Who
I
got
pulled-
that right?
Nobody.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw
Alright.
where it said one.
Next question. Which one of these sitcoms was number one in 93? Roseanne, Seinfeld,
gosh.
Coach, or Grace Under Fire?
Who's Grace?
Oh, I remember Grace Under Fire. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember
Dude.
that show.
You know what?
Dang
That was
it.
fast. Oh, I got one right finally. Finally, it's
I
my
was-
first
I was
one
the
right.
only loser. Oh, somebody picked Grace Under Fire.
Yep. Seinfeld and uh-oh.
What?
Look at the
I
mini
got on that.
Asian. The mini Asian's
Oh,
right
is that
behind
what
me,
it
by the way.
says? I thought that said damnation.
No, the mini Asian.
Good night.
All right, here we go. Whitney Houston's "I Will Always Love You" was originally sung by
We
who?
just heard
Oh,
Vince Gill
I know who it
sing
is. I know who it is. I know.
And what's crazy is that this song is. She's actually. Oh, I just gave away a hint. Anyways, she's actually hit number one twice with this song.
Isn't that weird?
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
She did her version, and then she did the version that was based off Whitney Houston.
No, that's not it.
Oh well, I like to think that's what.
Uh-oh.
Holla, holla.
How did I get it right and move on down?
Because I moved on up.
This
Yeah,
game is
remember,
wild.
it's based on how fast you answered too, so. All
I
right.
answered first.
Which toy was first released
better
in
get this.
1993?
It means
Cabbage
all of them
Patch
were.
Kids,
Oh
My
gosh.
Buddy, Slinky, or Beanie Babies?
Oh, I think I got it wrong.
Four.
I answered that one, but I should have answered the other one.
Okay, one.
Jeez. Oh, I got it right. Yes.
Beanie Babies.
Yes.
They were first released in 1993. Can you believe that? And how popular they were?
Yeah,
It's
because
were,
crazy.
and-
I remember when I
Are
graduated, they were
still
still
worth-
popular.
Some of
Are
them
they
are
still worth money?
I think some of
Yes.
them are, yeah. Man, look at this. We got a close game today. 3 points separates Carrie and the assistant.
Wow.
You guys, come on.
All right,
Carrie,
this last question.
It's gonna do it.
No mercy.
This is the kid on the right graduated from which high school in 93? That's me.
No. I meant. Oh, I knew which school you graduated. I don't know why I hit Coronado.
You didn't graduate from Coronado?
No, he graduated from Monterey.
Hey, you gotta wait for the dang answer.
Shoot, sorry.
There's a reason that we're playing a game.
I knew that though. Why did I do that?
All
I
right.
did it because you did it.
I was always happy that he and I graduated from the same high school.
So let's see who won 1993 Flashback Friday Kahoot on the Social Undistancing Show. Third place, Mr.
What? That's my
Pineapples.
first time.
Second place, the assistant.
Assistant.
First place,
Carrie.
Carrie.
Woo!
Carrie,
Carrie.
great
You
job,
go, girl, you
Carrie.
go.
Come up.
Way
Fourth
to go,
place.
Carrie
Started at
assistant.
third.
Y'all did great. Look at that. Wait, isn't that the same score the assistant had before the score? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Thank you for my Kahoot. So yeah, I actually graduated high school in 1993, and that's why I chose that year.
Whoa.
The last time.
Shut your face. And that's why I loved this game, and that's why I chose that year. So because
okay.
it was 93. So
That was fun, Joe. I like that.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
yeah. And I was
Next-
like researching, and I was like, okay, what a top song in 1993, and top
Next
Right.
week you get to come out the door with that because that was fun. I like
Was
that.
that fun? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
make it longer.
That was
I'm
a
glad
good
that I did the number of questions that I did because it's almost time to go.
Oh,
Time-
wow.
Time
And
flies.
honestly,
Glad
because
that
it's
you're
when
having
it's
fun.
when it's just us, like we're like, oh, we don't have to wait, get the guest out of the green room and bring them in here and stuff like that.
Right,
It's like we got
exactly.
extra time. It's
Yeah,
our show. We
extra
do what we
time.
want.
Right. And then we don't have extra time.
So real quick though, on that, Joe, the Jurassic Park, it was awesome. But if you didn't go watch it when it re-released in 3D, that was actually one of the better, if not second best movie I'd ever seen in 3D.
Oh wow.
And they upgraded the audio to that what do they call it, the Dolby whatever,
Right.
and it, like, watching it in
Dolby
3D was
digital
freaking
surround sound.
awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
that too.
Dude, it was so awesome. Even after you went to that movie and you went to a different movie, like the next day or whatever, you knew which movie was going on in the next theater, because as soon as the T-Rex started stomping around, you're like, "Oh, I love this part of the movie," and you're not even in the movie.
You're like, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna
It's
go
like,
to that movie.
I love this part. Let's go over here and see what this is.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I'm with you, man. That's a great movie. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, and the new ones are actually better than I thought they were going to be. So I was a little hesitant there, because like 2 and 3 of Jurassic Park were just they were blah.
And surprisingly enough, I've always liked the that was Eric breaking stuff.
I was like, did he hurt himself?
Unplugging stuff.
The light went off
It's
behind you.
ridiculous. Yeah, but I've got both lamps going on in here. Where's the-
Awesome.
Where's some chocolates?
He's lucky. Oh my gosh! And so we bought, random story. We bought some Topo Chico, and then we didn't have the bottle openers. Eric's chancla has a
Shut the front
bottle
door.
opener.
You're like, we
Anyway.
never thought we were going to use this, but here
Never
we
thought
go.
we were going to use it. You thought it was a novelty, but we put it on TikTok. Y'all should go see the mess Cade made with it.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
I went and liked all your videos last night on TikTok. They were
I
so
know.
funny.
I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm viral. That's the first thing I do every morning and check to see if I've gone viral.
I'll go back and uncheck them tonight, and then tomorrow I'll
And
recheck
do it
them.
again. Yes,
And
I'll
then
wake up.
that way you can just have that feeling.
Maybe this weekend I'll actually log in and I'll start like all those. I haven't actually logged in yet. I haven't created. I'm trying to think of a name for my account. So maybe
Oh,
y'all could do
cute.
that. Help me come up with a name for my TikTok account. I would appreciate that.
Oh, I already have one.
What is
Okay.
it, Sandy?
Damnation.
Damnation?
The damnation.
We were close. We were close. I didn't have enough THC in me right now.
The
so
Damn Asian
Right.
Productions. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
that
That'd
sounds
be cool.
horrible.
No, you're damn Asian.
And then you keep your mouth going.
Damn Asian.
Guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We could hang out together and with y'all longer and stuff, but I know y'all want to get to your weekends, and Joe's eyes are burning right now.
I know they always burn like this.
He's
I'm
so happy.
sad. It's been a beautiful show.
Right.
I love Flashback Friday.
This one's crying over here. This one's crying over here. That one's got sparkly fingernails. I
I
matched
do
the
have sparkling
background.
fingernails.
Right, exactly. And she's fighting with the assistant.
The assistant's over there breaking stuff. We're not
I
gonna get
imagine
on
he
the
ran into a wall. That's what I imagined in my head. And so I was
phone.
like,
No, he's a savage. He's a bull in a china closet. I
And
mean,
you're like-
y'all didn't see him crawling. I'm like, just crawl around, and I'm like, I can still see you. Everybody can. Like, your butt's all in the air.
poor Eric.
Oh,
He's over
great
there
comment. Great comment right here. Last one before we
Okay,
go.
okay.
Is there a beatboxer in your house, Joe? Yes, because Sandy, you cried whenever the beatboxer.
Oh,
Oh, I hopped on to watch their show and I couldn't watch it all, but it was so good. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Jamie was in there. You were helping them. They
Oh,
were
that-
very
yeah,
grateful
yep.
for that.
I
And
have to
Joe
go
went
on.
in there and shouted out to him.
Yep.
So that was cool.
All right, guys. You all have a great weekend and come back to us, because next week we got some exciting guests lined up, and we can't wait to have next week start. Actually,
Monday?
we can.
Join the Monday catch up.
Yes.
Make sure to
and
be here for
you,
the Monday
I'm
catch.
pointing at you. You come back to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
you. And as usual, guys,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Good night, everybody.
Good,
Good
evening,
night.
sweet dreams.
Oh, we forgot to. We need to. So next week I think we'll try to do the after show. I think that'll be good. We'll
Oh,
have to
that's
pick a day.
right.
We need to pick a
We'll make
day.
it plan. So if they haven't signed up to the fan page, I guess we got to tell them to sign up to the fan page, because
Yeah.
that's where we're going to broadcast it at, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
On
Yeah, and
campus?
it's only going to
Okay,
be like
cool.
15, 20. It'll be less than 30 minutes for sure, but
Yeah.
no longer
Okay.
than that.
But yeah, join us for the after show.
Yeah.
Have
they
a
want
good
to.
weekend.
Bye, everybody.